watching YouTube, and I've become inspired. What a sad state of affairs. Some of you that are watching this may remember that a few years ago I was kind of hot and heavy on this thing again. And like often happens, life gets in the way. But I'm really tired of it just sitting. I don't know how much I'll get done, how fast, but I've actually got quite a bit of parts, mostly used stuff, old stuff that I've had for years for this thing, and I really want to get back on it. Really want to get back on it. It is a 1982 Toyota 4-wheel drive SR5 short bed with a Chevy 350 and turbo 350 trans, new process 205 transfer case, and Dana 44 in the rear axle out of I think it was a 77 K5 Blazer. I really want to get back on this thing. And I was out here the other day looking for something, and I started staring at this, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to make some time, even if it's just a couple hours a week, to play with this thing. Where I last left off, I mocked this up to relocate the springs and the hangers for the wider width of the spring perches on the Dana 44, and flipped the shackles, took them apart and welded them back together so they work for the moment. But I'm going to do something different with those too eventually, and maybe even longer springs. I don't know. It's just an old toy. I'm not trying to compete with anybody or make a show truck or make it mad flexing. But that's about as far as I got. I mocked that up and messed with a few little things not even worthy of mentioning, and then got away from it again. But I'm gonna jump back on it, and I need to clean this shop for one, this barn rather, so there's some room to work and get rid of the dust so I can breathe in here. But I need to be able to move it around. I can't even steer it right now because the steering's undone. And right now it still has the 82 power steering gearbox in it. And the Pitman arm has that drop S shape to it. And this lines up horribly, and it barely steers one direction and steers almost okay the other. So I need to get this Pitman arm off. I've read that some of those sector shafts are tapered splines and some of them are straight splines. But either way, I got to get that Pitman arm off and then come up with a straight one and go from there. That'll work for the moment while I move this thing around to work on it. But the puller I have won't do it, and I'm cheap, and I can't believe the cost of some of these really heavy duty pullers anymore. So I think I'm gonna make one. Gonna make a Pitman arm puller just for this. So it's time to get to work. That's a used to be torque wrench. That's one I quit trusting a long time ago. It's just a big ratchet now. But I think she's actually going. Yep. I think she's coming off. Woohoo.